Well, I think we're live. Hello and welcome to a live match reaction of Leeds United's incredible 3-0 victory over Fulham at Ellen Road earlier this afternoon. I'm NkGhTg. Joining me is, as always, co-host of the All Things Leeds podcast, Charles Foster. Charles, hello. How are you doing?
Hi, mate. I'm doing fine, thanks. How are you doing?
A lot better after that. We are also joined by Leeds United fan and All Things Leeds website writer, Johnny Chick. Johnny, hello.
Yeah, hi mate, you're right.
Yeah, fantastic. I think all our moods have just lifted a bit after that because that really was. That was just incredible, wasn't it, Charles? I mean, who expected that?
Well, before the game or at half time, because yeah. I didn't really know what to expect before the game. At half time, I thought we are really going to have to hang on here because they are battering us. Should we get into the first half then?
Yeah, you talk about game of 2 hours, man. I mean, that first half, we were dreadful, weren't we? We were really hanging on there, and we really needed half time.
Yeah, we were okay up until the point we scored, and then we scored in like the 10th minute, and then from the 10th minute till half time, they were just all over us. We couldn't string 3 or 4 passes together. We were constantly leaving them too much space, 20, 25 yards out, so they could start moves and have pot shots. I mean, Meslier made a couple of saves. I've got to say, I would like to see Meslier catch the ball more. He was pounding down into the box quite a lot, which was kind of gave me Wiedwald flashbacks, which were.
Yeah, I thought Meslier was quite poor. I mean, his distribution is fantastic, but I mean, his decision making at times, he just pumping the ball back out into the danger zone instead of catching it, and at corners just flying out. I mean, Johnny, what did you think of Meslier? Because I did not think he looked particularly great.
Yeah, he had a few sort of shots that he sort of punched back out into the danger zone, which fortunately didn't go to any of the Fulham players, but. He was criticised potentially for last week, some of the goals against Cardiff. I didn't think he could do much about them, but some people, you can argue that he could have stopped that first one. The second one was a great strike, but he did hold on to some. There was some where they could have snuck in at the far post, or I think he's better than what Kiko would have done in potentially in those situations. I think he's a better shot stopper than him, but he's still, I don't think he's just there yet. There were still some signs of weakness there.
Yeah, I mean, he's only young. He's still got quite a lot to learn, really. Just a reminder, we are live on Facebook and YouTube, so get your comments in, get your reactions in. We've already got one comment here from Ollie on Tour on YouTube. He says a great result. I mean, it really was a fantastic result. I mean, I thought we were lucky to be 1-0 up at half-time, but then to go on and win 3-0, Charles, I mean, that is a big statement.
Yeah, it was the Hernandez substitution was the real masterstroke of the game. He allowed so much more control over that midfield. The tempo got much better. The passing got more accurate. And we got that little bit of magic, which we'll discuss later on with the third goal. But he was superb. He really did allow Leeds to wrestle back control of that midfield and, take some of the pressure off Calvin and the centre-halves. And also Alioski obviously scored the second goal. He was an excellent substitution as well. Allowed us to get a lot more balance of the back line, like we were saying on the podcast, with the having a left footer on the left hand side. I mean, obviously we had Harrison as well, who's also a left footer, but we had to move on to the other side. He kind of became like an inside forward, didn't he, Harrison? Yeah. Which works magnificently, as we'll talk about in a little bit as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, the substitutions allowed us just so much more control, and we really kind of wrestled control from them as well. I mean, Ben White was fantastic as well. He really bullied Mitrovic and stole the ball from him about 1 million times. Every time the ball came forward, he nipped in front, he intercepted, and we were back on the attack. And that once we nullified him, Fulham were finished. They were average. Didn't do anything.
Yeah, you speak on Ben White there. Ben White got the man of the match from Sky, and I also put out a poll on Twitter just now with 4 options: Ben White, Pablo Hernandez, Jack Harrison, and Alioski for people's man of the match choices. And Ben White is absolutely storming ahead with almost half of the vote there, 46%. So yeah, he really did have a good game. He had Mitrovic in his pocket really, but Johnny, Mitrovic probably should have been sent off in that first minute or so. I mean, he just went and just deliberately elbowed Ben White in the chin for no reason.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. When I first saw it, I saw Ben White, because the Sky camera sort of carried on with the action and panned back to Ben White on the ground. I didn't really know what happened. When you see the replay, it's shocking. I mean, the first thing I did when I saw it went straight to Twitter, and everyone was just raging about it, obviously. And I think he will get retrospective action for that. Can they still red card him and ban him for 3 games for that?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, you can get a retrospective 3-match ban. Yeah, which given there's only 7 games left is a big chunk.
Yeah, he's a huge miss because even though, I mean, we could slate him, it was an awful challenge. It should have been a red card. And I don't think the referee can really be expected to see that when the ball's been pumped up further up the pitch by Ben White. But he'll be a massive miss to them because he did cause us danger and problems. He had quite a few shots in that first half at goal. So yeah, it'll be a massive miss for them.
Yeah,
but I mean,
it's going to be a massive
miss.
Yeah, it needs to happen. Yeah, it needs to happen first.
Yeah, that's me thinking he's actually going to get banned first.
Yeah, hopefully VFL do look into that.
I appreciate the referee was 25, 30 yards away, but the liner and the 4th official are right near the inside, right on the byline.
Yeah.
Someone's got to say he's elbowed him in the face on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, how have 4 officials not seen that? 4 officials there, a referee, 2 linesmen, and a 4th official. They haven't seen it, and it's a blatant elbow, Charles. It is blatant. He's just gone in there, looking Ben White directly in the eyes, and just elbowed him straight in the face. I mean, it was a clear red card. And I mean, stuff like that needs to be looked at because, I mean, what if Mitrovic went on and scored a winning goal? Perhaps, if the game was completely different, if he went on and scored a few goals, Fulham ended up winning the game, then, that's a big talking point. So it's kind of been overshadowed by that magnificent performance, but, it shouldn't be overlooked because it was ridiculous. And yeah, he deserves a ban, doesn't he, Charles?
He does. I mean, Luke Ayling kind of got revenge for Ben White I think it was in the first half or second half as well, when he just lamped him on an aerial challenge. It wasn't anywhere near as deliberate as Mitrovic's, but you could clearly see he wasn't making any effort to kind of move his arms out of the way. He wanted to lamp him one, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like he's going to get I don't know if the FA or the EFL will do it because obviously he's such a huge player and they don't like being fair most of the time. That's sarcasm, by the way. But yeah, if there's any lawyers watching, I doubt it. But yeah, he does deserve a ban for that.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, if EFL do look at it and they do ban him, I mean, I'd say that that's Fulham's, automatic promotion hopes over, really. They've lost 2-0 at home to Brentford last week, lost 3-0 away at Leeds this week. And if Mitrovic gets banned, their main man, then, good luck to him. Good luck to him trying to get into the automatic promotion places. I mean, that would be such a a big motivation for Leeds and West Brom to go on and do it again, wouldn't it, Johnny?
Yeah, exactly. Like you say, Fulham had their chances. The exact same as what Brentford did. If Fulham had won that game when they played Brentford and won the game today, then they'd be in a similar sort of position as Brentford. But now it looks like only Brentford can really catch us or West Brom, which means one of us is sort of going to fall apart a bit. But West Brom really didn't look that good at all. So I think that's going to give us a massive confidence booster. Again, to win when we're not playing well as well is a massive, massive confidence boost and signs of a very, very good side.
Oh yeah, I mean we've thrashed the promotion rival in Fulham 3-0 at home, and I've seen us play better than that and lose the games. So it was really fantastic to see that today. I mean, I think a lot of credit has to be given to Bielsa as well for those changes at half time. I mean, I would have made them changes, but I wasn't expecting Bielsa to make them changes. Bamford had scored in that first half, so for Bielsa to take Bamford off at half time and stick on Alioski and Hernandez and take Costa off as well, which I was quite surprised about. But yeah, Roberts moved to number 9. He played a lot better in number 9. I don't think Roberts is a number 10 at all, really. But Charles, a lot of credit has to be given to Bielsa for those changes.
I think Helder Costa might have had a slight injury. I heard the Sky guys say he might have a slight injury, so that might be why he got brought off. The changes swung the game hugely. They couldn't cope with us. We dominated midfield after half time completely. We were getting a lot more accurate passes out wide. We were just more dominant. We were like 15 yards further up the pitch after the subs were made. We were just so much better. And the goals we scored were like, you see, we have those chances every game, and every game we put them wide or keeper saves or we're a bit unlucky. And today the goals were excellent. Do you want to talk about the first goal?
Yeah, we'll get on to the goals. So, Leeds United, against the run of play, really, you could say. Leeds United, 10 minutes in, going 1-0 ahead. Helder Costa just sprinting down the right-hand side with the ball, cuts the ball back inside to Bamford, who's making a run. He's on the edge of the box. First time finish into the back of the net. I mean, Johnny, this was an incredible goal. Nope, is he frozen? Charles, I'll hand it over to you then. Incredible goal.
Yeah, it was.
But
Is he back? Right, I'll let him
there
talk.
we go. I missed that whole completely. When we talk about the first goal, my Wi-Fi just sort of went down a bit.
Yeah, the first goal, Bamford. I mean, it was just a fantastic finish.
Yeah, it was. It really was. I mean, when that ball came to him, I was thinking, please get that on target, just to boost your confidence or something, make the keeper work. Because so far, then we could see him maybe take an awful touch, take a hospital touch, and then lose the ball, get closed down by Hector, I think is a very good defender for them. So for him to tuck that away first time, really good finish, and a great one run by Costa as well. We don't really see him be able to drive into that space as much as we'd like to this season. So he did really well there as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I was really surprised with that goal as well, because we never take shots, but Bamford, first time shot from the edge of a box. I mean, yeah, fantastic finish. And I'm really pleased for him as well, because he really needs that. Hopefully that gives him a huge confidence boost. 14 goals now of the season, which is still probably a bit too little at this stage. But yeah, Charles, just really pleasing for Bamford to get the goal and to answer his critics.
Yeah, it was. His confidence will take a bigger boost as well, because this is such a crucial game. We needed to at least get a draw from this game, and because he's been part of a convincing win. I know obviously he'll be a bit aggrieved coming off at half time. I understand that, but because I think he'll see how much better we were, he'll understand that was necessary. Yeah, it was a brilliant goal. It was a little bit fortunate in the build up, because it was a poor touch from Harry Arter, which laid it out to Helder Costa on the side, and it ran forward and cut it back, and Bamford's there perfectly on the edge of the box. The amount of times we get crosses which I just end up on the edge of the box in the D, and nobody is there, and it gets cleared again, is infuriating. But that he was in a perfect spot, in a kind of exact reversal of him being in the worst spot imaginable in the Cardiff game when he blocked Jack Harrison's or Stuart Doughty, whoever it was, his effort. He was in the perfect spot for this, and first time finish had to be done, because if he'd have done what Jack Harrison might have done, which is take 3 or 4 touches, then the defence would have just done what Cardiff did and just hang around in front of the goal. But yeah, first time finish. I think it flies past Hector's leg and into the far corner, and it's just a brilliant goal. I was buzzing in the living room with my flatmates were having a little bit of a go at me. It was making a little bit of noise. So it was a brilliant goal. The rest of the half was, as we've discussed, not brilliant, but that was a really good moment.
Yeah, really good goal. Really, really pleased to see that. And I'm going to be honest, the game and the goals were really ruined for me, because the LUTV stream that I was watching was 30 seconds behind. The official LUTV stream was 30 seconds behind. And there's a party going on at a house down there, and I've got the window open, and I could hear cheers every time the goal went in. So I was like, well, someone's cheering. I think they're Leeds fans probably. And 30 seconds later, the goal would happen on the stream, so that was really annoying.
The first goal was tweeted out by Phil before it happened on Sky. I got the goal tweet, and we were still in the build-up.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a bigger delay now on streams and TV, but it was quite annoying to have a delay there. But yeah, we went 1-0 up, and after that, it was just shocking. Fulham just dominated. Leeds just really sloppy, really poor, not being able to do anything. And Charles, I was saying this at the time to my dad. If Ellen Road was packed, if fans were there, they'd be screaming at Leeds United to go forward and press and push forward, because we wouldn't accept that. An Ellen Road crowd would not accept that. We were just sitting back and letting Fulham play, and it was just really frustrating.
Yeah, there was a real lack of knowing the importance of the game. We weren't pressing, we weren't high up the pitch, we weren't making that many efforts, and we were allowing Fulham to have far too many opportunities and far too many efforts on goal. I mean, that one where they were crying about the penalty, there was no contact there whatsoever. I think the referees made the right decision there in the first half. But if Harry Arter shoots there instead of playing it across goal, he probably would have scored, because Mitrovic nips him in, and he is about 6 yards out. Obviously, there's a few efforts that Meslier saved. The one that he palmed down into the box and one that was probably going wide anyway, but he still saved it. So we were really letting him have too much joy. Mitrovic had a free header from a corner as well. So we were in the words of Austin Powers, we were living dangerously. We were really letting them pile the pressure on for no reason.
I love how you brought Austin Powers up in this. Austin Powers is one of my favourite movies ever. But no, it was shocking, and I was surprised how we went into half-time 1-0 up. I really was. I mean, Fulham, they could have easily scored a few goals. I mean, Mitrovic, he was all over Liam Cooper. Knockout was running right on that right-hand side. And yeah, lucky to go into half-time 1-0 up. We needed subs, we needed changes. Bielsa made them. And that second half was just fantastic. Got off to a great start. Roberts and Harrison shooting wide, but then doubling at the Leeds just 10 minutes into the second half. And I mean, Johnny, this was an incredible counter-attacking goal. Just Bielsa ball at its finest with Meslier throwing the ball out to Ayling, plays it to Click. Good ball down to Harrison on the right, and then his cross manages to find Alioski who slots in. I mean, this was just an unbelievable counter-attacking goal.
Yeah, it was. It really was. That ball from Click was unbelievable. I mean, people obviously were wax lyrical over that Pablo pass for the third goal, which we'll get on to. And, it's a great pass, that one. But Click's one really went under the radar. What a ball that was. And Jack Harrison on the right really caused them problems. We haven't seen that much in his time at Leeds. He's always sort of been on the left. But, yeah, on that right, I mean, he never really used his right foot. So the right foot cross sort of was quite slow. It lacked real pace on it and somehow managed to get through to Alioski. He finished well, and the celebration was great. They were cupping his ears in front of the crowdies as well, with no one else there. So,
yeah,
he was applauding him at the end of the game. I was laughing. I was really laughing because he was clapping him at the end. I was like, "There's nobody there."
Yeah, I mean, of course it's going to be Alioski. The only one clapping the crowd is cardboard counts. Of course it is. The absolute madman. But no, I mean, fantastic goal. And you mentioned Jack Harrison there on the right hand side. I think he's so much better on the right-hand side than the left-hand side, in my personal opinion. Because you go back to the Arsenal game in January where Jack Harrison played on the right. He was causing Arsenal all sorts of problems. He was brilliant. I mean, he's good on the left-hand side, don't get me wrong. But each time I've seen him play on the right-hand side, he's looked fantastic. I mean, Charles, what do you think?
I think it's just because he likes keeping the ball. And if he's an inside forward instead of on the left wing, he's always got the ability to cut inside, and he loves cutting inside. So that really plays to his strengths. Where being like an out-and-out, standard winger doesn't really play enough to his strengths. He's a much better inside forward. So, but there is a bit of an issue there. But it depends on how bad Helder Costa's injury is, because he might get to stay there. Alioski might starting games, and he could get to do more of that. But yeah, and obviously that was the same result for the third goal as well, with the brilliant pass from deep from Pablo.
I mean.
It's happened a lot it's happened a lot this season where Harrison's had these brilliant runs, and he must be the most unfortunate player for hitting the woodwork or hitting the bar or hitting the post. I've seen him do it so many times, but this one he just kind of keeps the ball, spots a gap in Rodak's legs, and Meggs in for the goal. It's just such a. It reminded me a bit of Beckford, because he always did them, not just for the scum goal, but he did them, little dinky finishes into the back of the net so often, and that was such a good finish. Because if he'd have blasted it, he'd have probably put it wide or over, or the keeper might have got a hand to it. But through the legs, perfect.
Yeah, really nice, cool, composed finish for the third goal on 71 minutes from Jack Harrison. But that ball, though, from Pablo Hernandez, we need to talk about that. I mean, Jamie Miller commenting, Jamie Miller on YouTube, he says, Pablo is a god. Sublime 40-yard volley, half volley to Harrison. Such vision, top class. I mean, yeah, Johnny, that ball from Pablo Hernandez, that was incredible.
Unbelievable. When I saw it leave his boot, I was thinking, surely that's not going to go to him. I mean, Jack Harrison's rapid as well, and it just latches onto him. And I don't know what was better, that one, or I think that one might tip his one against Stoke for Dallas's goal. He's got his own little assist of the season contender going on there. He's what a ball! Literally just.
He's competing against himself for assist of the season.
Yeah, exactly. It's that one against Stoke, or that one we just did today. But what a ball! Literally it's just so composed. It doesn't seem like there's that much effort goes into it. He just sees Harrison. He just thinks, I'm going to make that pass anyway. And it really just splits the defence in half. It is a great finish as well by Harrison. Great goal.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And really pleased for Harrison to get the assist and goal as well. Hopefully that gives him a confidence boost because he had a poor game as well last week. Quite a lot of players did. So, yeah, really pleased with this 3-0 victory over Fulham. Just absolutely incredible, sensational victory. And, that moves us back to the top of the league. 3 points clear of West Brom and 8 points clear of third. I mean, Charles, 6 games, was it? Seven games to go. Top of the league again, 8 points clear of third, 3 points clear of second. I mean, are we going up? This is surely got to be it now. I mean, that win is so significant.
We've got a better goal difference than West Brom now as well. One better goal difference, so that'll play in as well. I'm not going to agree with it that we're going up because seven games is 21 points. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of points to compete for. So there is a lot to go. But that is a significant win. That is a statement as a win against a promotion rival. We finally won a 6-pointer because the amount of 6-pointers we've not won under Bielsa has been insane. That game against QPR before the West Brom 4-0, that was a massive game. That huge clash against Sheffield United last season. We've had plenty of these games where we need to win and we haven't done. And this is one where we needed to get a result and we did it. And that will give the players and the fans a huge boost because we know. What have we got next? Is it Luton next?
Yeah, Luton Town Tuesday night.
Right. We need to be beating Luton. Although to be fair, they've got 4 points in the last 2 games, so they're not to be thought lightly of. They beat Swansea earlier, I think, away. So,
they did 2-0.
So we need to turn up and we need to be ready and we need to really punish them because we need to turn this into another one of our 7-game win streaks that we've done in the past. One of them would be nice.
That'll do.
Yeah, I mean, that'll do. That'll do.
Yeah. I mean, Johnny, how significant is that win? Do you think?
Absolutely huge. It's a massive statement to the rest of the league. I can't even bear to think what Twitter would have been like if we'd have lost that game today. What Fulham would have reduced the gap to like 4 points. It's 5 points with Brentford. It had just been horrible. But like you said, that we lost like the Norwich game last season, Sheffield United, Derby in the playoffs. We're known for capitulating in these sort of games. It will give the not only fans but the team a massive confidence boost as well. That was probably on paper our hardest game of the season left to play realistically. So because that was the only one of the top 6 we still had to play. So now it's just about getting those points and hoping everyone else slips up. A massive confidence boost.
Yeah, absolutely. And from now, it's just about getting the job done. That, as you say, that's the last of the top 6 teams we have to play this season. And so, yeah, on paper here on in, it should be a nice, smooth and sailing, but I don't think it will be. But yeah, we move on to Tuesday night's game at home against Luton Town. Charles, as you say, Luton 4 points from the last 2 games, 1-0 win away at Swansea earlier. So, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy that on Tuesday night, Charles.
No, because if they think they've got some momentum going, they'll think we can get out of the drop zone, so they will be desperate for 3 points. But they are not a great team. Over the course of the season, that's been proven. You're not down there all season for no reason. They're not a brilliant team. That's the kind of game where we need to turn up and just turn them over. It's all right doing it in the big games, but it's the games against relegation threatened sides and mid-table sides like Cardiff were before we played us, where you just need to turn up and win, turn them over, job done. Because if we get put a few wins together and it's finished, there's nothing anybody can do, even Brentford.
Looking at the comments on YouTube, Martin says for second half team is a must start against Luton. Which game is now a banana skin since Luton are now on a roll? I mean, yeah, you have to agree. I mean, Luton Town, on paper, they're bottom of the league. You're looking at it and think it should be an easy win, but, they're on a roll right now. As you say, Charles, they'll be thinking we could get out of the drop zone here. So, that, they'll become telling road thinking, let's try and get 3 points. But I agree with him as well. The team that played in that second half, they must start. They must start. I mean, that's what I wanted for this game as well. I wanted Roberts up front and Hernandez to play midfield, and we got them in second half. So yeah, Charles, I mean, I'd love that team to start on Tuesday.
I mean, we say that, but like Bamford has scored. That's his job. Yeah. He did do his job. So it's kind of a little bit harsh as well because we were much better in the second half, but we can't really criticise Bamford too much because it was his goal that gave us the platform to go ahead and win that game 3-0. And while his overall game wasn't brilliant, he did what he doesn't normally do, which is take his best chance.
Yeah. Johnny, what would you do on Tuesday night?
I'd stick it the same. I mean, for me, I'd stick Roberts up front. I think he plays so much better up front. We saw that when he came on against Hull, bagging 2 in 15, 20 minutes when he was playing that number 9 spot. And again, today, he just turns and drifts and finds pockets of space. He's so much better. And Jack Harrison on the right, like you were saying, is a different threat that we haven't really seen, but one I really want to see a lot more of, because he really does shine on the right and keep Pablo in midfield and get Click back. I didn't think was really at his best today, but I think that's just one of those games we were sort of overrunning the midfield. But yeah, keep that same second half team, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. And we'll need to see what happens on Tuesday night. Looking at the comments again, Shane on YouTube saying, buzzing mate, can't wait to see you at Ellen Road again for our halftime chat. Yeah, cannot wait to be back at Ellen Road. What did we think of the Crowdies? The look of the Crowdies, what do we think of them?
I was laughing, mainly because the wind was making them fly all over the place. It looked like a bunch of fans bouncing around in the crowd. It was just a bunch of cardboard flying around in the wind. So yeah, that was funny. The fact that Alioski thought they were genuine human beings was also hilarious to me. He celebrated in front of them, cupped his ears to them, and applauded them at the end. So that was brilliant. I quite liked them, to be fair. It made the stadium look a little bit less like a training game, a little bit more artistic. I liked it. I thought it was good. I like how Sky were panning to the Norman Hunter and Trevor Cherry had Crowdies in the crowd. Pan to them. Bielsa had one. They were looking at everybody's different pictures and stuff. So yeah, I quite liked them. I'd like to fill the stadium though. I'd like to have 35,000. Every single seat just with a crowd. Be welcome.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But I was interested to see how many Crowdies would survive today, because we've had the pouring wind and rain. At the start of the game, they were all standing up. At the end of the game, all of them, pretty much all of them, had blown down. So yeah, that was interesting. But lovely tributes, as you said, Charles. Lovely tributes to Norman Hunter and Trevor Cherry. Quite emotional tributes. Johnny, what did you think of the Crowdies? Do you have one?
I do have one. I got one for my Father's Day present for my dad. I actually managed to fit me and my dad into one of them, but I couldn't spot it today. But yeah, like you said, they all started in their seats, and then by the end of the game, there was a whole block across the bottom of the east stand, just we could see the seats, and it was, I think they've probably all fallen over. But it's obviously everyone's watching at home now. No one could be in the ground. It does make it feel a lot more, I say, realistic. As realistic as it can be, really, with it's better than just seeing empty seats. And the way they've done it in the Cop and the South stand, the camera doesn't really show above those Crowdies, so you can't see those empty seats there. So I think it works. It's obviously not as good as the real thing. Nothing will be, but I think as a club it shows how good the fans are as well, doesn't it? And you look at, I think last night Brentford's, they had some, but not loads. Charlton had some, but not loads today. And we've filled up practically all Sky and NkGhTv. You can see it just shows how good a fan base we are.
Yeah, definitely. I thought it was fantastic to see so many Crowdies in, and I thought it was great for Alioski to go celebrate with them, because behind those Crowdies is an investment from a fan. So yeah, I appreciated that a lot. But yeah, I think we'll leave it there, lads. I think we'll leave it there. We've done half an hour. A lot of comments come in, a few likes, and yeah, I appreciate everyone getting your comments in, your reactions in, being interesting to read. But yeah. Fantastic win today, 3-0 win over Fulham at Ellen Road. Fantastic. That moves us back to the top of the league, and we move on to Luton Town on a Tuesday night. Listen, guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you, Johnny. You've got a YouTube channel, Johnny, so do you want to plug that? Yeah,
it's just Johnny Chick on YouTube, just trying to produce as much football / Leeds United content as I can, now while I've got this chance. So yeah. If you could check that out, that'd be great.
Yeah, fantastic content. I've been enjoying it. So, yeah, definitely keep it up, Johnny. And Charles as well, thank you for joining us as well.
No worries, mate. Happy to be here.
Yep. And, yeah, thank you very much to everyone who has joined the live stream. Really do appreciate it. And, yeah, we move on. We'll see you later.